The girl pretended to swallow the vitamin, but the moment no one was looking, she rushed to the bathroom and spat it out. Watching the pill swirl away down the drain, she covered her mouth tightly, panic rising in her eyes. Maybe she should have never listened to her roommate. Forcing herself to swallow something that constantly made her uneasy just didn't feel right. She stared ahead, took the deep breaths, and tried to calm herself, but once she returned to the dorm, sleep wouldn't come. Lying on her side, she thought about confiding in her best friend, but no matter how many times she called out, the girl in the opposite bed didn't respond. Not even Aster. The silence around her was unsettling. She raised her voice, calling louder, but the dorm remained dead silent. Then, from the corner of the room, a voice whispered, "You can't stop calling. They won't wake up. The vitamins made them sleep." It was her roommate. She frowned. "The vitamins are meant to protect us. It's not like what you're saying. Besides, I'm about to get adopted. Don't talk nonsense." Her roommate didn't argue. Instead, she simply said something strange. "If the door opens, pretend you're asleep." Not knowing what else to do, she lay back down. Soon, the door creaked open. A warden walked in, flanked by two security guards. Without a word, they began selecting girls. The girl from the next bed was picked up and carried away. Then it was her turn. She couldn't understand. She'd only skipped one pill. Why were so many strange things happening one after another? Listening closely to the conversation around her, she began to realize the awful truth. The world outside wasn't polluted. The so-called adoption was a lie. They were just playthings for the wealthy chosen for their pretty faces. Everything she'd worked for 16 years of behaving perfectly, dressing immaculately, suddenly meant nothing. But instead of being taken away, she was brought back to the dorm. The moment the door shut, her roommate rushed over. "Come on, we'll have to go. I didn't hear the door lock. This might be our only chance." She hesitated. Part of her still believed the air outside was toxic. She couldn't accept the truth so easily. And while they argued, the opportunity slipped away. The guards returned, and this time, they took the roommate. Curiosity and fear churned inside her. Gathering her courage, she finally stepped through the door to freedom. Using her knowledge of the facility, she managed to avoid the surveillance cameras, but not the patrolling guards. She ducked into a corner, holding her breath and listening closely. "Get this one today, another tomorrow. Don't worry, boss, today's is all we need." Hearing the warden report like that confirmed everything. The girl made up her mind she had to escape, but when she reached the main gate, it was locked tight. No matter how hard she tried, it wouldn't budge. Then she heard footsteps approaching. Without a second thought, she turned and ran back to her room, dove into bed, and pretended to sleep. Her roommate was returned not long after. She sat her day up quietly, guilt written all over her face, like a child caught doing something wrong. Her roommate glanced at her, but said nothing. They both knew they'd missed their one real chance to escape. Still, it wasn't all for nothing. Over the next few days, she observed everything more carefully, and slowly, a plan began to form.